solos use the blues scales. This one is a fine example of a solo that's been put together directly over the actual chords of the song. So let's look at the first lick, which is played over the E chord. Let's look at the detail. So we start with the second finger placed on the 8th fret on the B string. That's our position, and then we're going to play the next note with our 3rd finger at the 9th fret on the same string, then up to the top string, 1st finger at the 7th fret, then we add this note with the 3rd finger on the top string at the 9th fret, and then back to the 7th fret. And finally, with the little finger, add the note at the 10th fret, and then back to the 1st finger at the 7th fret. The second phrase is very similar, but it stops on that note, the note that we play at the 10th fret with the little finger. So those first 2 phrases sound like this. The 3rd phrase is identical to the first. Then the 4th phrase starts the same, but then we go down this E7th arpeggio. If you think of an A7th shaped bar chord, it's following that pattern. Okay, so let's just look at that a little closer on the left hand. Now, without any break at all, this phrase needs to link directly to an open A string to link to the next chord, the A chord. So that looks like this. And just so you can see my right hand. And as I'm playing that A string, my hand's going to dive down this end of the fretboard to play a normal sort of A major chord, because the next part is actually built around that shape. So that's like that. So here's the whole of the first 4 bars played at roughly half speed. Get to the A chord, the left hand part of this is pretty easy. You literally just hold that chord down and finish with a bent note at fret 3 on the 6th string there to take us back to the E note for the next chord change. But that's a bit trickier on the right hand, so let's just take a look at that. On the right hand, we've got to pick straight across the strings like this. Now, the important thing here is to get this little grouping of down, down, up, down, down, up, up, down. That gives you the right rhythm. Down, down, up, up, down. Down, down, up, up, down. Down, down, up, up, down. And then the last stroke includes both the top 2 strings, like that. So that's. Then we're back into the E chord. So we've come out of the A chord. Notice that immediately I've hit that open E string, I've placed my whole E chord down, and this is a good tip for playing the next part. This is the bit that I find most people have the most trouble with on this song. But the trick is to hold the E chord down for the first part of it. And this is how it goes. First of all, I'll play it at full speed and then we'll break it down. So let's look at that in close-up. What you'll notice is that all I do here is lift this chord shape on and off, like this. And of course it's the timing of that really matters. So in slow motion, what I'm doing, I'm going to move my hand up here so you can see, I'm hitting the 6th string first, then the 4th string, the D string, then I'm lifting the chord off, hitting the 5th string, and as soon as I've hit it, I'm hammering the chord on, like that, and then immediately hitting, let's try that again, immediately hitting the D string, but of course with the chord held down still. So that's E string, D string, chord off, A string, hammer on, D string, and really that's how you want to practice it, real slow to start with. And then gradually speed it up. And that's a useful little country picking trick to learn anyway. It's very good if you ever want to play any bluegrass music. So that links to the B7th chord, which we then sort of use to play a slightly elongated version of the intro riff to the song. So we've come out of 3 of these. So that's 3 hits on the A string at the 2nd fret, 2 slow ones, 1st fret on the D string, back to the 2nd fret on the A string, and there's a little pause, and then you just kind of repeat that again. And then jump across here for a bend up and down, and then an open E as we come back into the rhythm and the vocals kick in again. So the whole of that last bit there. And we're back into the song. Okay. So that's all the bits and pieces to that solo, but the real problem with this solo that I find most people have is linking the different bits together without losing time. So the next thing we need to do really is try and play this through at exactly half speed. Now I make the original speed something like 104 beats per minute, so I've set my metronome on 52 beats per minute, and we'll play along to that. So I'll get the metronome started. If you want to place your 2nd finger at the 8th fret, so you're in position, and then we're going to come in after 4. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. trick there is to get your timing right at that slow speed, and then once you're happy with that, gradually work the speed up until you can do it twice as fast. As you're approaching that level, try playing it against the backing track, which you find you can access from the toolbox to the side of the screen here. Now that backing track is at the full 104 beats per minute, so it's pretty fast. So that acts as a good test, really. Okay, so that concludes our little mini series on sort of popular songs that are based on the 12-bar blues format. But if there are any other songs you'd like to learn, or you'd like to see on this site, please don't hesitate to let us know, and I'll be very happy to put together a lesson based on them. Okay, see you again soon.